It was a busy sports weekend, and we have much to discuss. Lego!
Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack, featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Monday, July 12th, 2021, and this is episode number 289 of Barry on Deck. As always, Barry on Deck brought to you by the AP Law Group. If you have been injured in an accident, maybe you've been struck by an 18-wheeler, or just some idiot not paying attention, call my guys over at the AP Law Group. They are going to take care of you. 713-913-GO-AP or online at aplawgroup.com. Hey, welcome to the show. Irma Gerd, we have so much to discuss. So much going on in the world of sports from the weekend that we have got to get to it all. We shan't be disappointed by any of it. A lot of good things happening if you're a sports fan, right? I mean, we got to watch UFC 264 together as a sidecast with the Sports Riot crew. Astros, Euro 2020. We're not talking. No. NBA Finals Game 3. A whole lot to discuss. And then, yes, I did see that there was the penalty kick thing in the Euros, and this is why. It's difficult to get into the sport of soccer. Soccer. The French soccer. I don't know. I can't do it. We're going to get to it. We got to start with the chat, though. We always start with the chat. What up, Shelby? First in the chat, once again, Shelby is the greatest deckhead in the history of the world, at least for the next 2 hours. And then after that, she's on her own. She's just a raggedy ass, run-of-the-mill ass woman. But until 4 o'clock or close to it, she is the greatest because she was the first, and the rest of you were taking your sweet ass time. She was here at 1:39, well, with D-Mata. And then D-Mata Congo blocked her, so she gets no triple crown. D-Mata's a hater. Although I can't really scream at him too much. He met me at Dan's and brought me some Bacardi Lime, which is in my mom's car. We'll discuss. Anyways, Shelby, congrats on being the greatest deckhead in the history of the world. And D-Mata, thank you for your $1 super chat, my friend, with the Congo block of Shelby. We are off to a rousing start. Rest of the chat shapes up like this. What's up, Gregory Vega Jr.? Mr. Reyes in the building early. I like that. Fidel Limon is here. John Dory has showed up, and I'm here for it. Alan Denson, how are you, sir? Rudolph Rodriguez. See, it doesn't show the emojis, and I don't like that, but it's sanitized, wash hands, social distance, back the fuck up. We're still preaching it until we're in the clear. Donna Rogers, how are you, my love? I hope you are well. Aaron J. Bryant is here. Christy. I don't know. So Christy, he's disrespectful to the ladies. What are you going to do? Brandon Martinez in the building. What's up, dude? Justin Swinford, I had a good time hanging out with you. PK is here. CC, what's up? Just dropping in for a like, and I love y'all. We love you too, CC. I hope you're good. As always, if you need anything, please let me know. Charles Garza is here. Francisco, hi from high. Aaron Little, Crystal, it was good meeting you as well in person for a change. Tony Garza, the handsomest sumbitch in the chat, maybe. Probably not. Uriel Villanueva and Jen. What's up, girl? Steven, the weather guy. We got a weather update, people. Thank God. You know, it's just wildly inconsistent, like most weather guys. Current conditions at BiffNet World Headquarters, 87 degrees, dew point 74 degrees, cloudy skies, 70% chance. It's a shame Todd didn't live to see the great win yesterday. Yeah, rest in peace to Todd, which, by the way, I was going to make a Rip Todd shirt and just didn't get around to it. I was going to, didn't get around to it, but the thought was there. I was going to show up with a A Rip Todd shirt. I still might make one. Some people were clamoring for it for merch. I just don't think if I go through the trouble of it that enough Rip Todd shirts will sell. Robert Carvajal, what's up, dude? He said, hello, everyone. I'll be sitting in the back listening because I am currently mowing my lawn. Fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about, Playboy. Get out there and do that goddamn yard. I need to go mow my yard. Probably. Really, I got to get that done before the home run derby, or at least try to. What's up, Nick? What's up, Terrence? What's up, Quinn? What's up, Jesus? Eric, how are you, buddy? Ghost of Todd is here. That's good. Clarence, hey guys, what's up? I like that the ghost of Todd is in the building. The Savage Dad is here. What's up? Incarnate is here. Luis Zalea. I'm here for the Daddy Yankee jokes. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I had to come up with an idea for a thumbnail, so I did it. Who else is here? White Magic, what's up, dude? Who else? Truck Driver Pookie, Jared Taylor. All right, let's go. AR Platinum's in the building. Total Dallas was like number 26. By the way, if you haven't liked the show, please make sure you do. Also, make sure you subscribe if you have not. It means the world to me, and it's free, and it doesn't cost you a goddamn dime to subscribe to this show. Okay, one of the things I got to do is send out the the link. That'll really pump up the numbers. Or not. Listen, it's just, you got to do it, and it's done. Okay. We have much to get to. Let's get right into it. Actually, I don't have my shot. I don't have my shot glasses, but can we all raise a glass if you have one? Raise a toast. We had a birthday this weekend, and it was on the 10th, and I don't have my shot glass. Hold on. I'll get it. I don't want to shoot Crown, but goddamn it, gotta do what you gotta do. I'm doing this for you, Travis. Eamon said, who's Todd? What did I miss? You missed the whole thing on Friday, and it's just you got to go back and watch Friday's show. If you missed it, I'm not gonna rehash it. Y'all know me. We do the bit and we move on. Okay. I love that Flip said skinny jean sighting. Bro, is this your first day on the fucking show? By the way, these aren't skinny jeans, you fucking idiot. These are, I have skinny jeans. These ain't them. These are I don't know what they're called. Athletic cut. It's because I'm athletic. Anyways, fuck off, Flip. Hey, cheers. Guys, raise your glasses, everybody. Let's go. I need all hands on deck. Travis Lambert had a birthday on Saturday the 10th. Buddy, happy birthday. I hope you had a great day. I hope you got some roadhead or a hand job or whatever it is you're into. Thank you for being a part of the Patreon and the Discord. Love you, Travis. Happy birthday, my friend. Cheers. This is for you. It's belated, but it's there. Okay. Whoa, shit. I should be good with that after this weekend. We're going to talk about the whiskey tasting, by the way. We're going to get to that, but let's get to some sports real quick. Let's get into some of the sports that we have to discuss. And then we'll get into the whiskey tasting and everything else, I promise. All right, here's sports headlines. Italy wins the Euro 2020 3-2 on penalty kicks. Or penalties versus England. Is this how we're deciding major sports now? With free kicks or penalty kicks or whatever the fuck you call it? This is the equivalent of the Super Bowl being tied after 4 quarters. So we're just going to just kick field goals. It's not. Why can't you just make them run around until they net a ball or ball a net or whatever? Kicks, get a goal, whatever. I don't know, soccer. I don't know. It just seems pretty anticlimactic to have, even in golf, they'll do like a playoff where they'll have, yeah, okay. And Aaron says, look, penalty kicks are one of the best things about soccer, in my opinion. Hey, Marsha. What's up, Walt? I would rather just see the game be played like it's supposed to be played. Exactly, Dandy Dan. Could you imagine? Hey, guys, sorry. The World Series after 7 games is tied at the bottom of the... Let's just go home run derby. I don't understand that. I feel like settle it on the field. Eric said they played overtime and it was the best. Stop trying to change soccer, Barry. No. Walt wants them to add a ball in overtime. At least like take a man out. At least be like, all right, we're going to go 3-on-3 or some shit like that. I don't know. It just seems like you cheapen the game a little bit when you go penalty kicks. I'm sorry. That's just my humble opinion on the matter. I don't know. Tony said 90 minutes plus 30 minutes of extra time and then penalties. Yeah, that's fucking whack. Like, keep running around. Keep going. Hey, what's up? Hold up. Wait a minute. Luis done put his penis in it. A new decade coming. January 2022. Wife is pregnant. Link to order a BOD onesie. I need to get a onesie. Congratulations, Luis Alea. God damn it. Good for you, buddy. You done screwed up now with the kids, but congrats, man. I'm excited for you. Honest to God. That's dope, man. What do you mean like baseball? It should go into sudden death like baseball. Yeah, or I don't know. Do something. Just penalty kicks doesn't seem like the right way to end a soccer game. But what do I know? I'm not a soccer guy. So it's like the same thing with hockey. Don't they do shootouts in hockey? Eric is mad. He's like, no more soccer talk. You're the one that asked for fucking soccer talk, Eric. No more soccer talk. Please don't change soccer. It was a great game, and congrats to Italy and Argentina. I mean, hold the fuck on, Eric. Calm down a goddamn minute. Now listen to me, okay? Eric, I'm gonna need you to sit the fuck down for a second. I'm not trying to change soccer per se, but we have conversations about automating the strike zone. I don't hear you bitching about that. DH in the National League. Change the overtime rules in the NFL to be like college, or change college to be like the pros, or, but there's all kinds of shit that we talk about when it comes to changing the games. So soccer is just such a royal, oh no, you can't change anything about soccer. Fuck that. Yes, you can. Make the sport better. We do it all the time in other sports. Why is soccer so special that we don't have to improve it? Maybe if you made it better, maybe if you improved it, you'd have more people in this country that gave a shit about it. But you don't. Worldwide, yes, I understand. It's the biggest thing in the... That's because they don't have fucking American football or baseball or basketball. All they have is fucking soccer and cricket and fucking beanbag toss and highlight, fucking ping pong, cornhole. Well, that's Alabama, but they're still a foreign country. Listen, don't get mad at me. This is a sports conversation. You should just be glad we're fucking talking soccer on this show, okay? Eric said it's just USA people trying to change soccer. Everyone else don't have a problem. I bet you England would have liked for it to go on a little longer. That's all I'm saying. Barry, did you see the attendance at the Austin FC game? It was packed. No, I didn't. You know why? I didn't give a shit. I didn't look. Shouldn't have shootouts and championships. Thank you, Savage Dad. Tell him, goddammit. Thank you. Reasonable. Fuck it, rock, paper, scissors. No, Crystal, we're not rock, paper, scissoring to decide the Euro 2020, which is a huge deal. I had no idea it's a huge deal, but apparently it's a huge deal. What is this? Flip said there is no advertising in place for extra time. They want their money or they are taking their ball and going home. Oh, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me they don't make rule changes for the betterment of the game? They just do it for the money? What? And the people that suffer are the soccer fans? What? So wait a second, Eric, you're telling me you would rather just watch dudes 1-on-1 with a goalie as opposed to the beautiful game when it's, your fucking wingman and your striker and your backer and your fucking, I don't know, fucking positions. That's the whole point, right? It doesn't seem silly. That'd be like, all right, we're going to go 2-on-2 in football to decide the Super Bowl. Tom Brady plus a receiver and then a corner and a pass rusher or some shit. And then Hike and Tom's got to run around, and it's not the same. It doesn't make sense. Just play the game until you get a fucking winner. Yeah, Savage Dad said, I think that's the same complaint as with hockey. They don't like the shootouts. I don't either. And that's my argument. It's the same in soccer as it is in hockey. I'm not trying to isolate soccer. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Eric said they didn't change. People bitched about it and went back to overtime and then pins. Okay. All right. Ow, my back itches. All right, back to the sports headlines. God damn it. Don't argue with me. I said what I said, and I stand by it, Eric. Should be glad I'm talking soccer on this raggedy-ass show. Hey, the Rockets talked to the Pacers. Speaking of talking, apparently the Rockets talked to the Pacers about the number 13 pick. The reason? Pacers are trying to win now. Pacers are looking for players that can, quote, contribute right away and are willing to trade the 13th pick in this year's draft to do so. So the Rockets reached out and said, we have Eric Gordon. Problem is the Pacers have to match the salary in the deal. Jeremy Lamb has $10.5 million on his expiring contract, which would be a good start. This is according to Hoops Rumors. Rockets originally drafted Lamb in 2012, but shipped him to OKC in the James Harden trade. So don't count on it, okay? Don't count on it. But you might see them take those 2 draft picks at the bottom of the draft that they have, package it up with Aaron Gordon, maybe get Lamb and some other shit, and maybe it's got to be a 3-way deal, and then get the 13th pick. And I wouldn't be opposed to that, but it's good to see the Rockets out there trying. I mean, take the rebuild seriously, right? If you're going to rebuild, if you're going to start over, well then, goddamn it, go OKC Thunder and just stockpile picks, high picks. So I'm here for it. That sounds good to me. Katie said send Eric Gordon ASAP. Well, yeah, but the problem is they got to send money back. Like I said, Lamb's got the $10 million, but who else and where else? I guess we could do an ESPN trade machine. ESPN trade machine. Let's see what that looks like. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. We're going ESPN trade machine, bitches. I don't want Google Chrome. I want secondary display. I think I figured out how to do this so that it's not as complicated. So, Team 1, Indiana. Team 2, Houston. And we're going to trade Eric Gordon for Jeremy Lamb. That is, you got to be within 10%. That means, who else they trading? Trading. I don't know. You don't got to go all 6 million, but it's got to be close. They're probably not trading Batads. I don't even know who the fuck that is. Got a pretty high PER there. Let's do this. Let's just see. Try this trade. Okay, well, there you go. So you got Justin Holiday and his 10.5 PER, along with Jeremy Lamb and his 15.8 PER, gets traded to the Rockets for Eric Gordon. I would imagine, again, like I said, you're going to have to throw in picks, but so they can make it work. The question is, does Indiana want to give up Jeremy Lamb and Justin Holiday for Eric Gordon? Probably not. That's the truth of it. Probably not. It's going to be bad no matter what, White Magic. It's going to be bad for everybody involved. If anyone trades for Eric Gordon, a sixth man, a guy that's going to come off your bench, as much as his salary is at that $16 million, good luck. It's going to be bad for everybody. Oliver's going to come in and rip off Barry's shirt. What? Tony, you know my mom's a Red Rowdy, or she was, right? I don't want you to get banned. So, nonetheless, that was the trade machine. Back to the sports headlines. So Shohei Ohtani will be starting the All-Star game as a starting pitcher in the All-Star game, and will DH for the American League as well. Zach Johnson tested positive for COVID-19 out of the British Open, or the Open. I'm sorry, the Open golf tournament. I think he won it back in 2015, if I'm not mistaken. Mr. Wonderful, sad news. Sad news. Hold on. Not only did we lose Todd, I remember Todd. Todd was great. We've also lost Mr. Wonderful. Paul Orndorff passed away. Pretty sad, actually. Paul Orndorff was a guy that Paul Orndorff suplexing Todd at the pearly gates. Running in. That's Paul Orndorff's theme music. Hitting him, taking the razor blade, cutting his forehead. Carlos and Altuve hit the homer for Todd in remembrance. You guys are full of shit. Listen, rest in peace to Paul Orndorff. Not my favorite wrestler of all time. Not even top 30. Yeah, Matt Boucher said, who died? Paul Orndorff died. You remember Mr. Wonderful? Let me find a picture of Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. I wanted to look him up. He always had this look of smugness. Like, he looked like an asshole. I mean, I'm sure he was a super nice guy in real life. I'm sure he was. I'm just positive of it, people. But this was Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. Hold on. Let me grab this picture. God damn it. That didn't work. This is him. Hold on. Let me take this off the screen. God, I got like hair on my nose, itching it. This is Mr. Wonderful. So this is who passed away. What is going on here? Oh, I have the sub thing up. You guys remember that guy? Let's be real. Paul probably did steroids. Right? I mean, you don't get that. You don't get like that without doing roids. And a lot of these cats back in the day did roids. Yeah, Tony said Paul Orndorff was in the Mr. Perfect category. You watched, but you weren't a big fan. I mean, he definitely looked like a dick. Just look at his face. That's a smug, I want to punch you in the face. But that's the beautiful thing about pro wrestling. You get a guy like Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, and he fits the role of the heel. He looks like an asshole. But outside of the squared circle, I'm sure he was a great dude. Also, let's not forget, people are always going to be nicer and say nicer things about you once you pass. So if you go looking for videos, people are going to be like, he was great. I mean, he fucked my wife, but you know what? He left me an apology note. Well, I mean, he kind of wrote it on the condom and with the jizz in it. But it was still a nice gesture to be like, sorry, I banged your wife, but I used protection. I don't know. We always sugarcoat it when people die. I cannot wait until this pic is replaced with Barry's head. What? By the way, what's wrong with my eyes? God damn it. I'm having all kinds of issues right now. My eyes are all fucked up. My nose has hair on it. All right. Last headline, and we're going to get into UFC 264 talk. So if you're not a UFC fan, stick around, though. We're going to talk NBA. We're going to talk Astros. I promise you we're going to talk Astros. But I wanted to just kind of lead in with this. Dana White says he's unsure if Greg Hardy will continue fighting in the UFC after he got KO'd at UFC 264, which let's just go ahead and roll right into the results of UFC 264. Tai Tuivasa is the one that KO'd Greg Hardy. And as you recall, Greg Hardy had called out Derek Lewis saying, he's flabby, he ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. Look, you can't be a scrub like you are, Greg Hardy. You know you were a goddamn scrub. Look at your record. You were 7-3, homie. You weren't 17-3. You were 7-3. And you talk that shit, and Tai Tuivasa, he shut that mouth. And so now, let me tell you folks how this works. When Dana White says, I'm not sure what's next, that means you're getting cut. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. You're getting cut. You're getting cut. And I will say this, if you watched UFC 264, if you watched the Tai Tuivasa Greg Hardy fight, there was an exchange, and in that moment, it looked like Greg Hardy had caught Tuivasa. He had him doing the stanky leg. And then he rushed in because, do you know why? Because he's a bad fighter. Bad fighters know, especially in the heavyweight division, you don't rush a heavyweight with knockout power, even if you think you have him hurt. Go back and watch some other fights. What you'll notice is if you're fighting a knockout artist, whether it's in any division, but specifically in the heavyweight division where most guys can finish a fight with one punch because that's what heavyweights do. When you have a guy phased, when you have a guy stunned, when you think you got him wobbly and he's in there just doing the stanky leg, the worst thing you can do is rush him. Now, you want to finish the fight, but you want to make sure you're calculated in the way that you go in most times. And then it also depends on the severity of how bad they're hurt. But when you do the stanky leg like that, he wasn't falling. He wasn't out. He was stunned. He's stunned. This parrot is dead. No, he's not. He's stunned. So you don't rush in. You work your way in, right? I mean, and also, by the way, when you do go in, even if you've stunned a guy, especially, you go in with your fucking hands up. And this was the point I was making last week about Greg Hardy. He ain't on Derek Lewis's level because he ain't finishing like Derek Lewis, obviously. And he's not smart enough. He's also just not good enough. So, good riddance. Thank you very much, Aaron Little. Very few people would have got, he's not dead. He's stunned. Nobody's going to miss Greg Hardy in the UFC. Oh, very nice. Very nice, Shelps. Very nice. Ghost of Todd said the O'Malley versus Moutinho fight was entertaining. I wish they would have let it go the last 30 seconds. I mean, it was just going to be more of the same, more ass whoopings. Here's your results, by the way, if you did miss it and you're into it. Sean O'Malley beat Chris Moutinho. It was stopped with about 27 seconds left in the fight, which was kind of shitty. It wasn't close. O'Malley was winning no matter what. That fight wasn't close. Moutinho was in over his head, obviously. Got a 3-fight deal, I'm sure. He ain't going to last long in the UFC. Irina Aldana beat Yana Kunitskaya in round 1. Wasn't close there. Tai Tuivasa knocked out Greg Hardy in round 1, about a minute in. Gilbert Burns and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Interesting fight. We spent a lot of time talking to Mike the Truth Jackson during this fight. But the fact that Gilbert Burns gets the decision, a lot of people thought that if Stephen Wonderboy Thompson had won that fight, he might be up for a title opportunity. That is not the case now. And then in the main event, Dustin Poirier beats Conor McGregor via TKO doctor stoppage after round number 1. So let's talk about it. I mean, the O'Malley fight, I enjoyed. Watching him fight is like watching a poor man's Conor McGregor. I said as much on our Sports Riot Live sidecast of the UFC card. He reminds me the tattoo, the low hands, the way he paws at people, the way he jumps around, his striking, the awkward angles that he strikes from. He's very much the equate version of Conor McGregor. Just what he is. But he's exciting to watch. It's fun to watch. But Donna said Mike the Truth was funny. That was great. Oh, I love Mike. Mike is the best, man. Mike is the absolute best. It was good times. Let's talk a little bit about this Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier thing. I have several things to discuss. One, round 1 was interesting. Conor coming out and attacking the leg early, I thought was some pretty interesting strategy. And then we talked about it on the Sports Riot Live broadcast, our sidecast. Fact of the matter is, when you're getting kicked like that, you got to check those kicks. And Dustin, yeah, punch him in the heart. Dustin, you got to watch the sidecast to get that. What Dustin Poirier said after the fight was, I feel like I checked a kick and I thought I got him pretty good when I checked it. And let me explain what this means. So I kind of want to show you guys, but I don't. But basically what happens is when you're fighting, think of it like blocking a punch when you check a kick. That's really all it is. You'll have guys that sit there and throw kick after kick after kick, either in your upper thigh or they're trying to take out your calf, maybe on the inside of your thigh. And the way you check a kick, all right, this is super silly, but I'm just going to show you just because I want to do it. So the way you check a kick, like if you're standing there and somebody goes to kick you, the way you check a kick is you just put your knee up. And when you do it, when you check a kick, what you want to make sure is you also point your toe as high as you can in the air. What that does is on your shin, it tightens up the muscles and makes the muscles and the bone as stiff as they can be. So when someone kicks it, it makes it a lot harder. It doesn't affect you as much. It basically is like blocking a punch that maybe comes in from the side. You check the kick. You can also dirty check kicks. What that means is you point your knee at the shin bone. So if you're dirty checking a kick, rather than just raising your leg up and checking it with your shin and pointing your toes up and tightening up the muscles around your shin bone, because sometimes you could dirty check with the knee. So you basically point the knee more towards the shin or the leg in hopes of doing some damage to them in the process. And this is what Dustin Poirier was saying, was he felt like he got a check in, whether it was a dirty check or just a regular check of the kick, but he felt like he did some damage on one of those kicks. That's when he pointed at Conor. Later on, Conor went to throw a punch, his leg snapped in half, and he rolled up, and that was the end of it. And that was Dustin Poirier's description of what happened. So this was interesting because, well, I'll let you see what Conor said pre-fight about how this fight was going to go. Check this out.
I've watched all your interviews this week. It seems like you've been hesitant to give the official Mystic Mac prediction for this one. Can you go on record right now?
Oh, I said I'm going to take him out in a stretcher. He's going out in a stretcher in this fight.
What round, sir?
You'll pay to see that.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's probably not professional. Folks, that's the funniest goddamn video. When you come out and say, he's going out on a stretcher, and then you leave on a stretcher. I love the internet so much. And then the fucking music. Chef's kiss to whoever made that. That is fucking outstanding. But that's what happens. See, this is why, like, I don't talk shit during fantasy. My wife's always like, you got to be positive. My mom was telling me this weekend, you got to have positive energy. I'm like, Mom, anytime I get excited about anything, anytime I feel confident, it all goes to shit. She's like, that's not positive thinking. You're putting negative thoughts in your subconscious. I'm like, no, that's just my life. I've lived it for 47 years now. I know how this works. I would be Conor McGregor. He's leaving on a stretcher. And then there I go. God, that's got to be embarrassing. Unbelievably embarrassing. To specifically reference leaving on a stretcher. Now, post-fight interview was pretty interesting because Dustin Poirier said, look, I understand the trash talk. And this was a weird dynamic in this trilogy fight, in this third fight. You had the hate and the vitriol of fight number one. And then you had the niceness of fight number two. But it ended weird because Conor had promised to send money to Dustin Poirier's foundation or charity, and then he didn't do it because he said he didn't feel comfortable with all the... So then it kind of went south from there, and it got worse, and then Conor started shit-talking him, and Dustin Poirier was shit-talking him, and just one thing led to another, and obviously the hate kept building. So after the fight, Dustin Poirier says, that guy wished me dead. There's some lines you don't cross. Look. Of all the stuff I'm going to get mad about, a fighter wishing me dead, saying you're going to murder me, that's just hyperbole. That's just selling fights. That's all that is. I would be more mad if he's like, I'm going to fuck your wife. I'd be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I mean, you could say you're going to murder me. That's all just fucking blip, blap, blap, blap. That's just gum bumping. That's just selling wolf tickets. But if you say stuff like, I'm going to make your mom give me a hand job at the after party, then I'm like, whoa, hold on a goddamn minute. Also, my mom has rough hands. But that's the thing. Like, but everybody has a line you don't cross. And I guess for Dustin Poirier, saying you're going to actually physically murder the guy was his line. Now, so he mentions that during the post-fight interview with Joe Rogan, and he does the flimsy walk over to Conor, who loses his shit. On the way out, Dustin Poirier's wife gives him the finger. And during his interview, Conor McGregor yells out, "Your wife is in me DMs." And God damn it, if you've ever just been in a war of words with somebody and they get something like that in, there's no, unless you just go up and physically beat the shit out of him, which he's not going to do because the dude's got a bad wheel. He's got a flat tire. So you're like, well, fuck. He just said my wife's in his DMs. You kind of lose that battle. You won the fight, but you lost the post-fight. What I didn't realize until this morning when I found it was that Conor actually posted proof of this. Now, I have a theory on it, but we have proof. Let me just get this up here. So this is Conor McGregor's phone, apparently. Okay? So there's the notorious one. Okay. He's showing us now. Now, this is his proof. Right here. So he goes, this is his, apparently, he shows us. I don't know, did it show him log in? Let's see. So we've got, can you tell if he's logged in or not from here? Edit profile. Oh, yeah. So you wouldn't see edit profile if it wasn't Conor McGregor's phone. Okay? So you're not going to see that if this is somebody else's phone. Unless all of this is Photoshop, which it very well could be. But then he refreshes. Then he does the search. He types in the name. Bam! Right there. Accept message request from Jolie Poirier. Wow. Listen, say what you want. But the fact is, he wasn't lying. And then this is, your wife wants to see the hair around my dick and balls, bro. That is so fucked up, you guys. So Dustin the Diamond says your trash talk is as thin as your hair these days. See you soon, champ. To which Conor responds, your wife wants to see the hair around my dick and balls, bro. See what that's like. It's real, the message request, mate. No trash talk, man to man. It's fucked up. I seen your interview with Mike. You think I was fake. It's not. Have a think on it in the sauna anyway. Yo. What? That's just, yo. This is so great. He's sending out screenshots and listen, you might go out with a bum wheel. And Tony's saying it's childish. Donna says it's messed up. But here's the thing. When you're sitting on the cage with nothing, you got a fucking flat tire. You've lost 2 out of 3 now to the same guy, 2 in a row. You got handled the last time. This was more of a freak accident. People are saying you're done. People that don't know shit about fighting, like Stephen A. Smith, are saying you're done. We're going to get to him in a second. All you got is your trash talk if you're Conor McGregor. At that moment, all you have, I mean, he won that round. If this fight was soccer, that was the penalty kicks. And Conor got more penalty kicks in. So, ouch. This was Conor in the hospital after the fight. This was his words. This was his message to the people. Take a listen. Oh, wait, hold on. I guess it would help if I turn the goddamn sound up.
What's up, fight fans? The Notorious here. Just out of the surgery room. Everything went to plan. Everything went perfect. I'm feeling tremendous. We got 6 weeks on a crutch now, and then we begin to build back. I want to thank all the fans all around the world for your messages of support. I hope you all enjoyed the show. I want to thank all the fans in attendance at the T-Mobile Arena, 21,800 fans in attendance. The place was absolutely electric. It was a hell of a first round. It would have been nice to get into that second round and then, to see what's what. But it is what it is. That's the nature of the business. A clean break of the tibia, and it was not to be. Dustin, you can celebrate that illegitimate win all you want, but you've done nothing in there. That second round would have shown all. And, onwards and upwards we go, team. We dust ourselves off, we build ourselves back, and we come back better than ever. Let's go, team.
I think the thing that most disturbs me about that clip is the fact that he says, am. What? What? Listen, you might be Conor McGregor, but I need you to work on your ums. I don't like it. So there's your UFC 264 recap. I would have liked to have seen the main event go further. He said pain. What's up, Wessling? Wessling says pain pills. Yeah, it's very, very, very well could be the case. He would have made a full second. Listen, I had Dustin Poirier winning that fight anyways. And I thought actually he was going to win it by submission. If you watch the fight, if you watch that first round, early on, Conor was doing some work with that leg, with those leg kicks early on, trying to slow down Poirier. Plus, with his striking that gives him a significant advantage if Poirier is not able to get out of range as quickly as he would like to. But once that fight went to the ground and you saw Conor going for submissions that there was no way he was going to land, and you kind of realize this is where Dustin Poirier is going to shine in the rest of this fight, is this ground and pound, this beating him up, being a bully, putting him on the ground. You just kind of knew. So I think it probably would have gone 3, maybe 4, but I think Poirier would have ended up submitting him after that. So, all right, let's talk a little bit about that is your, we're going to get back to this chick in just a second, but I want to talk some Houston Astros. But before we do that, I want to tell you guys about Dan's Seafood and Wings. Why? Because, I got to eat Dan's this weekend ahead of the whiskey tasting, and my gird. You guys, my mom had the fried fish, by the way. If you've never been to Dan's, Jenny, his mom, dropped me off. I bought her lunch. She had the fried fish, said the fish is melt in your mouth good. Her words, not mine. And then she proceeded to eat all my damn French fries. So apparently their French fries are really good as well. Now, I will say this. I got the shrimp po' boy. Loved it. Loved the shrimp po' boy. Amos showed up. D-Mata showed up. Amos got the wings. You have to ask Amos how his wings were. D-Mata didn't eat. He had kids in the car, just came to hang out for a little while. But Jenny, his mom, and myself, I had the shrimp po' boy. Delectable, delicious. And you're going to like it too. It's still crawfish season. If you want some of the best crawfish in the city of Houston, get yourself over to Dan's. It's Dan's Seafood and Wings. Yep, Donna said the wings are delicious. I think you're going to like it. Every single deckhead that's ever gone to Dan's has loved it, and I think you will too. It's eatatdans.com. That is the website. Eatatdans.com or at eatatdans on Instagrams. Put some Dan's in your mouth. All right, let's talk Astros. It wasn't looking good. This story starts off as a cautionary tale. When you're feeling good about yourself. I don't know what it is about the Astros. Did I see Andy Huggins in the chat? What's up, Hug Dog? Good to see you, buddy. We got Wessling in the building and Huggins and Shock. The gang's all here. There was only going to be one way to salvage this weekend against the Yankees. And it was going to have to be something dramatic. Just a regular ass win. You still feel bad because you got shut out by Garrett Cole. I mean, Yankees starting pitching just did an absolute number on that entire lineup in the first 2 games of the series. Going into the All-Star break, you were hoping to get momentum. You've got a 3-game lead in the division, but you wanted to close out that half strong. So the only real way that I think that you salvage that series is something special had to happen. If you just won 3-2, just regular ass missionary 3-2, it wasn't going to matter. You still lost 2 of 3. It's amazing though, when what happened yesterday, you feel like you won the series. You feel like, you got beat. What did they get outscored in the first 2 games? 5-0. You got 4-0 and 1-0. You got beat 5-0 in 2 games. You didn't put up a single run in 2 games. It feels like you won the series with this 8-7 win. Down 7-2 in the 9th, in case you missed it if you live under a rock. Down 7-2 in the 9th, and then the Astros, and I'm going to be honest with you, I was like, it's 9th inning. Nora and I were sitting on the couch. I was like, damn, I forgot the game was on. Let me go ahead and pop this bad boy up. 7-2? Forget it. Unless they put a Aroldis Chapman in, forget it. So I didn't watch it. Okay? Don't judge me. Don't judge me, chat. They were down 7-2. I wasn't going to waste my time with that bullshit. And then you got 3 doubles in a row. And then the comeback was close. And then Jose Altuve steps to the plate. Now, we need to set this up by saying over the weekend, the Yankees really showed out. Okay? Aaron Judge hit a home run, rounding 30. Did his jersey like that. Like he's covering up like Altuve. And then in the postgame, he says, I was cold. Next day, Gary Sanchez hits a home run. They put a jacket on him. Like, yeah, that's what it was. It was cold. Martin Maldonado, having none of that, hits a home run, pulls his jersey down to show he doesn't have on a buzzer. So it's going back and forth. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're a fan of baseball, this is what baseball needs. These kind of rivalries, this back and forth on the base pass, I love this shit. I love that Aaron Judge talked his shit with his little, and Gary Sanchez with his, and Maldonado. I love it all. I'm here for all of it. It makes a game that needs some excitement exciting. And Eric was trying to not get me to change soccer, but I'm trying to change baseball. Let's have this shit. Let's get some bat flips and some busted ribs for talking shit. Let's go. Let's make this game funner. And stuff like that does. But he who laughs last, laughs loudest. And that would be this moment right here.
Walking off.
Now, it is, if you see on your screen, 7-5. There are runners on first and third. There's 1 out. Chad Green is pitching. Chad Green has had a rough go with Daddy Yankee or Yankees Daddy. It's not gone well for Chad Green. Chad Green is a very good pitcher. I think his ERA on the season was sub 2.5, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to go look it up. What was his ERA going into this? Let's see. This dude is a beast. He's an absolute stud. Except when he's facing Jose Altuve. So Altuve's at the plate. It's a 1-1 count. We're gonna watch the whole thing, but just watch how ugly of a swing Altuve puts on this ball. Okay, folks, that is not a pretty swing. That is not a home run swing. If I just showed you that picture of an 85 mile an hour breaking ball that far below the zone and somebody's finish of their swing with their foot that forward and their back foot that far back, they're that off balance, you'd be like, oh yeah, that dude just either popped out to third, or maybe that was a foul ball because he was fooled. Well, he was fooled a little bit.
Jose,
but it was not a foul ball.
Deep to left field. LaCastro looks up. You've got to be kidding me. 6-run, bottom half of the ninth. Altuve's done it again. A 3-run home run for the
unbelievable. Bye.
I don't know, but that one kind of gave me a buzz, TK.
I love Jeff Bloom. Love Jeff Bloom. Bloom, you dumbass. Look at this. Look at this.
The major leagues this year.
So very funny, right?
That's what
you gotta love it. So Aaron Judge does this little, don't look at my buzzer. No, it was just cold. And they completely rip the shirt off of Jose Altuve. Just to show, oh no, he got you. No buzzer necessary. And this is a point I want to bring up again for all the Yankee fans, for all the Astros, for all of the fans that get hung up on the cheating scandal. What I want you to realize is that Jose Altuve was legitimately one of the best hitters in baseball before the cheating scandal. He was going to be one of the best hitters in baseball after the cheating scandal. It was not necessary for that man to cheat. He may be caught up in it, but it wasn't like this isn't Brady Anderson on steroids. What did Brady Anderson hit the year before he got 50 home runs? That's not what this is. So Brady Anderson had 1 year where he hit 50 home runs. The year before he hit 16. Which was the most he had hit in a season. No, he had 21 in 1992. Brady Anderson hit 50 home runs in 1996. And then after that, he hit 18, 18, 24, 19. That's not what this is. So that's what makes it such a beautiful thing, is it's like, Jose Altuve doesn't need buzzers and trash cans to make the Yankees cry. And just spoiler alert, Yankee fan, he wasn't using buzzers and trash cans in 2019 when he did that same thing you just saw to Aroldis Chapman. Now, this is what I mean when I say that moment, winning that game like that, down 5 runs, scoring 6 runs in the 9th inning, the person that did it, how he did it, who he did it against, what happened when it was over with. That's the only thing that salvages that series. Because they lost that series 2-1. Now, you make up one of those losses. And this isn't a good Yankees team, by the way. If we're all just being honest, what are they, 7 back in the division? Let me look it up. I think there's something like 7 back in their division. The Yankees are not a good baseball team right now. Their bullpen. You think the Astros have bullpen problems? The Yankees, they're 8 back. Sorry. The Yankees are 8 back of the Red Sox. Astros 3.5 up on the A's. And that's the best part about this. I actually posted a video on TikTok that said, it was just a quick little, here, I'll show you the joke. I'll run it real quick. You guys probably heard it if you watched any of the Barry on Sportses that I've played. This was the joke. Major League Baseball unveiled a plan to ban the use of sticky substances by pitchers. In related news, Garrett Cole is retired. Okay, so I posted that joke on TikTok. Solid joke, written by Chris Rogers. Good stuff. The amount of Yankee fans that came to my TikTok and were like, I guess you didn't watch Garrett Cole shut y'all out. I guess you didn't watch us. They were a lot of us, like these motherfuckers play for the Yankees. I guess you didn't see us shut y'all out. 5-0 over 2 games, blah, 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 blah. And then it all fucking stopped. All the comments stopped. And the amazing part about that is, this team still is talking shit to a division winner. I mean, don't get me wrong. You beat the Astros 2 out of 3 games, or your team did. But you understand, I would much rather have lost 2 out of 3 to the Yankees and be 3.5 games up in my division, as opposed to, well, we got 2 shutouts. You're 8 games back. I hate to tell you this, BZH420 and Yankee fan, you're not making the playoffs right now. It's just not happening. You're going to have to get some help at the trade deadline. as much payroll and as big as that team is, they're going to have to get some help. So great day for the Astros. And anytime you can make Nick Turturro do this.
Gutless motherfucker. Gutless. Gutless, a fucking hanging slider. You blow a 5-run fucking lead. You could have finished a half decent. What a fucking piece of shit you are. Fucking gutless. Gutless.
I think Nick's upset. I feel like Nick is like, you gutless motherfucker. Gutless motherfucker. This motherfucker shit. You could have fucking shit. The fucking Astros gave Nick Tourette's. Like, his last name was Nick, not Turturro, Nick Tourette'o. That dude lost his shit. And then he says you could have finished the half strong. Lost 2 of 3 to the Mets. Won 2 of 3 from Seattle. And then, yeah, beating the Astros 2 out of 3 would have been good for you. And you did. And, you know, if you get the sweep, that's great. I guess you go in 6-1 of your last 7, which is solid. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. Do you guys hear my stomach growling, by the way? Jesus Christ. So that's I don't know what I like more. I don't know if I like this highlight.
Walking off.
By the way, Todd Callis doing a fantastic job.
Jose tries one deep to left field. LaCastro looks up. You've got to be kidding me.
Come on, guys.
6-run, bottom half of the ninth.
That is solid work by Todd Callis. If you don't like Todd Callis, you're just an asshole. That's all. I mean, you're just an asshole if you don't. I mean, I get it if you're not. But if you're an Astros fan and you don't like the way Todd Callis calls games, you're just an idiot. I mean, that dude does a really good job. Jeff Blum doing his part about the Buzz comment. But I don't know if that's better than this.
Gutless motherfucker. Gutless. Gutless, a fucking hanging slider.
Technically, he didn't hang the slider. If we go back and look, Nick, that's not a hanging slider. That slider was down in the zone, Nick. That's a good pitch. That's a good pitch. I mean, it wasn't in the dirt. It wasn't in the dirt. But I'll take that slider. 85 miles an hour. Dead center. And yeah, you can't do that against Jose Altuve. He's like the modern day Vlad Guerrero. He's hitting anything. You could bounce that bitch in. He's going to hit it like it's cricket. But I wouldn't call that a hanging slider. That wasn't sitting dead red in the middle of the plate. For those of you that don't know, Brian, BZH420, is a huge Yankees fan. He said, please stop showing this while I'm driving. I might drive off a bridge. Listen, buddy. I love you, BZH420. Bring it in here. Come here, big guy. I'm playing the funeral music for you. Mostly because it's been a tough week. Todd died. Conor McGregor's ankle died. Greg Hardy's career died. And now, the Yankees season is dead. It's not fair. I'm gonna miss them all. Mostly the Yankees season. Fuck them. All right, we got to take a break. It is 3:04. I got to pee. Let's go pee. I don't have a break video for you, but this isn't going to take long. I'll just play Fridays again. It's the Barry on Sports from like 2 weeks ago. So if you missed it on Friday, which a lot of you did, numbers were super low. A lot of you are on vacation or whatever the fuck it is you do. Enjoy the break video. It's the sitting on the corner doing dope. No, we're not going to sit on the corner and do dope, you raggedy bitches. That's for Fridays. So if it plays, I will cut it off. But enjoy the break video. I'm going to go pee. You should go pee or poop or whatever it is you do during the break. Smoke a joint, hit the bong, drink a beer. I don't give a shit. We're back in less than 5 minutes. I am Barry Laminack. This is Barry on Deck. I'll see you in a second. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to the show. The jokes come fast and furious in the funniest 3 minutes on television. Here's BS with Barry.
I'm Barry Laminack, and this isn't what happened in sports. Let's start in the NBA, where after being bounced from the playoffs, Paul George said he believes the Clippers would have won the series had Kawhi Leonard been healthy. I mean, I think that's what he said. It was hard to understand him over all the choking he was doing. Lamar Odom was ripped by a judge for not making child support payments even after making $40,000 from a celebrity boxing match with Aaron Carter. During the trial, the judge stated, "Where that money went, who knows?" And then Lamar responded, "My nose." "Oh, you said who knows. My bad, I thought you said whose nose." In baseball news, the Yankees finally honored a little girl's request from 1961 who asked to be the team's first Batgirl but was originally denied 60 years ago. Hopefully, this will inspire more little girls to make the Yankees look bad. It took 6 decades for the Yankees to do the right thing, so stay tuned for their 2077 "We Cheated" speech. Some Olympic news for you. Powerlifter Jimmy Cobb set a new world record by lifting 1,120 pounds. And up next for Cobb, telling every woman at the bar about it. For those of you not familiar with the sport, that 1,120 pounds, that's about a 3.5 Andy Reid's. The previous record was set by Luka Doncic after carrying the Mavs all year. Don't hate me, Dallas. Olympic heptathlon hopeful Lindsay Flack announced she would be competing this year while 18 weeks pregnant. However, she will have to divide her scores by 2. Fair is fair. You just know she's gonna hold this over the father's head the rest of his life. "Oh, you don't want to take the trash out. Well, I threw a javelin while carrying another human inside me, Frank." U.S. sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson's Olympic status is in jeopardy after she tested positive for marijuana. Is that what they refer to as a runner's high? And finally, after being bounced from the tournament, France's soccer team revealed that during the Euro 2020 tournament, their coach had implemented a sex ban, or as the rest of us call it, marriage. And that's actually why France lost. Lack of scoring. Like literally nothing was going in for France. You know the players were like, "Great, 90 more minutes of not being able to use our hands. Thanks, coach." That coach is the worst wingman ever. That is a soccer pun, people. Keep up with this show. I'm Barry Laminack. That's not what happened in sports.
I got your bitch.
No, you don't. Welcome back to hour number 2 of Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for sticking around through the break. Those of you that did, those of you that didn't, that left during the break, can go fuck yourselves. Yeah, that's just how that works. You can go fuck yourselves. Clarence, I saw asking, was PK still banned? No, she's not still banned. She just doesn't show up. She's just, she's not here. That's just how it works. Some of you have lives, and it's pretty disappointing. It's pretty disappointing that you guys live your life. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Yeah, sorry. We're not sitting on the corner doing dope. That's a Friday thing. We're not doing it on a Monday. But we do have a lot to get to still. We have a lot to discuss. I'm trying to get my windows right here. We do have a whole lot to discuss. In fact, we haven't even talked NBA yet. We haven't talked Game 3 yet. But we're going to. In fact, let's do it right now. Let's get after it. And we're going to circle back to the UFC. We're going to talk some Stephen A. Smith about the All-Star Game and Shohei Ohtani. I've got news out of Kansas University, which was weird as shit. We'll talk about that if we have time as well. I want to talk about the whiskey tasting and everything that went on with that, because that was a lot of fun, and I'm super pumped about that. So we're going to get into all that and more. But right now, let's talk about Game 3 of the NBA Finals. If you missed it, Bucks went home and handled business like they were supposed to. Like, I'll be honest, like I was hoping they would. 120-100. This game was really never close. Bucks doing a fantastic job all around, really. When you think about it, if you watch this game, offensively, defensively, rebounding wise, ball movement, hustle. I mean, this wasn't even close, this ball game. And, one of the things we talked about was, eventually these guys are going to have to start knocking down their shots. This is a 3-point shooting team. These guys are known for their threes. I think they were 3rd, 4th, or 5th, I forget, in shooting, in 3-point shooting in the NBA through the course of the season. So you knew that was going to have to fall again. You knew you were going to have to get a big game out of guys like Middleton, but Giannis Antetokounmpo was a one-man show. He was unstoppable. He's 41 points, 13 rebounds. He was, where'd it go? He was 4 assists away from a triple-double, which is a lot, but still, he had 6 assists, 13 rebounds. Excuse me. Bucks out-rebounded the Suns 47-36, but when you look at offensive rebounds, which is usually second chance points, Bucks had 13 offensive rebounds. The Suns had 6. Now, the big stink that was being made, the big issue that Monty Williams had was, guess what? Free throw discrepancies. Giannis was getting to the line a lot. I was driving to go get some McDonald's last night because, diet and weight loss challenge. And I heard Doris Burke on the radio call saying that a lot of these calls were ticky-tack. A lot of these calls were bad. Giannis is over here putting his shoulder into people's chest and getting the call. Well, Doris, well, NBA fans, well, everybody that watched Game 1, we talked about this, and I told you guys what happened in Game 1 for the Suns was going to happen when this series goes back to Milwaukee, and that's exactly what happened. When you look at the number of trips to the free throw line, Bucks had 26 free throws attempts. They made 20. The Suns had 16 and made 11. Let me just show you. Just give me 1 second while I put this up. Because, this shouldn't have been a surprise, okay? Game 1. Let me share my screen here. So can you guys see this free throw numbers here? Let me zoom out a little bit. There you go. So this what you're seeing. This is last night's game, the 120-100 game. You can see right here, Suns go 11 from 16, or 11 for 16 from the free throw line. The Bucks go 20 of 26. Let's go look at Game 1. Game 1, the Bucks go 9 of 16. The Suns go 25 of 26. Why are we surprised about this? Why is anyone trying to make that an issue? That's how the NBA has always been. I told you that was going to be the case when this series went back home, and it is absolutely the case. Now, I will tell you this. In Game 4, look for that to level off again. It's going to come back down a little bit because Monty Williams and the Suns are going to do the same thing the Bucks did. They're going to send a bunch of video to the league. They're going to bitch about it, and that game will be called a little bit closer and a little more evenly and a little more fair. But the way this has always worked is home teams in the NBA are always going to get a little bit of home cooking from the referees. They're human. They get caught up in the hype. They get caught up in the cheer. They're just like everybody else. When a foul is close and you're at home, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt. That's just how it works. Fair or not fair, that's just how it works. So I don't want to hear any bitching from Suns fans about that. That's not the issue here. The problem is that, one, Chris Paul, 19 points. Devin Booker, 10 points. DeAndre Ayton, 18 points. Crowder had 18. That's a bonus. But when you have those three guys going 19, 18, and 10, and I don't care who it is, unless Ayton is the one getting 10, that's a problem. That's a problem. You got to give credit to the Bucks defense. You got to give credit to the scheme that they drew up. Everybody was getting after it. Holiday did his job. He was a plus 22, the highest plus minus that the Bucks had. Was a plus 22, had 21 points, contributed well defensively, offensively. The Bucks have been waiting on that. Middleton adds 18, goes 3 of 7 from behind the three-point line. But really, Giannis was the story. He had 41 points. He was 0 of 2 from three-point range, but he was unstoppable in the paint. Bringing the ball up, running the offense. So when you talk about game of adjustments, I think one thing that the Bucks what the hell's his name? Why do I always mess his name up? Budenholzer, however the hell you say it. He doesn't get credit for the adjustments he makes. But what he did do was he had Giannis running the offense more. Not all the time. But I think that made a big difference in this series as opposed to Giannis being down low. But I think a lot of that too has to do with health and Giannis feeling better and feeling 100% and being able to take on that extra burden of running an offense and bringing the ball up the court more often. He got after it on defense. Look, Bucks were just better in game 2. Now that's interesting. Is that a real stat? CP3 0-138 against Scott Foster. Pretty interesting. I'm not going to look. Scott Foster had nothing to do with rebounds. Scott Foster had nothing to do with defense. Scott Foster had nothing to do with ball movement. I mean, I just don't think you can make that excuse if we're not going to use that excuse from game 1 when the Suns had 10 more trips to the free throw line than the Bucks did. So the Bucks outplayed them in every facet, rebounding, scoring. I mean, the Bucks shot. I was on the wrong one there. What they shoot from behind the 3-point line? Bucks shot 39%, 38.9% from beyond the 3-point line. Suns shot 29%, 9 of 31. Bucks were 14 of 36. Suns were 48% shooting from the field. Bucks were 48%. So the 3-point line made a difference. I mean, offensive putbacks made a difference. Free throw line did make a difference. But you're talking about 9 points. They lost by 20. They got outplayed. They just got beat. And I'm not going to give Scott Foster credit for that. Give the Bucks defense credit for that. Nobody had more than 19 points on the Suns team that includes Chris Paul and Devin Booker. Bucks did what they were supposed to do. They went home and they used their home court advantage as a strength. Now they're back in the series. This is a series again. 2-1. If the Bucks win game 4, when is game 4? I hope they win game 4. The 14th. So it's Wednesday. Yeah, today's the 12th. So it'll be the 14th, 8 o'clock Central. Bucks win that. It's going to be good times. Is this a 2-3-2, by the way? I saw somebody say that. And I thought this was 2-2-1-1-1. I always get these confused. This is a 2-3-2 format, right? Let me see the schedule here. By the way, it's raining over here, so if I lose power, boop, the Suns couldn't buy a bucket. They need to change that. Oh, it is 2-2-1-1-1. Okay. Somebody had said it was 2-3-2, and I was like, well, if that's the case, that's going to be weird. I don't know who said 2-3-2. Let's see. Schedule. Yeah, so 14th, they are at Milwaukee. 17th, they're at Phoenix. 20th, they're at Milwaukee. Yeah, so it's 2-2-1-1-1. Yeah, the rain does hate me. If I lose power, sorry. All right, so that was game 3 of the NBA Finals. I'm glad the Bucks made this a series. I was not looking forward to a sweep, especially since I picked the Bucks in 6. I still don't think they're going to win in 6 now, based off of how well Phoenix is playing at home. I think you could possibly see everybody hold home court advantage. I think this could go 7 and the Suns win. All right, let's talk a little bit. We mentioned the baseball earlier. Actually, let's go to this story from the UFC. So UFC 264, good card. Johnny watched the whole thing. I just watched the main card. But a good card overall. And a little controversy outside of the cage because this chick decided to go full on ass white girl and start talking shit. Now, Addison Rae is a TikToker. Addison Rae went on Twitter and basically threw it in the face of every journalist that would love the opportunity to do what she was doing. And Addison Rae said, I studied broadcast journalism for 3 whole months to prepare for this moment. So she made the joke. She talked that shit. And then what happened? By the way, she has 4.8 million Twitter followers. She's got a video that has 10 million views. I guess it's a song. I don't know. So this, let me do this. So basically, she does that, and a bunch of journalists lose their shit. A bunch of real people that have been fighting for the opportunity to do this start losing their shit. So here it is. So she tweets this. You talk about a whirlwind, a roller coaster of emotion. Let's start July 9. I love y'all. All right, we get the I love y'all tweet right there. There's the I love y'all tweet. Then we get this one that I put on the screen for you. We get this one. Oh, nope, that's not it. Where the hell did it go? Oh, UFC reporter one. We get this tweet. I studied broadcast journalism for 3 whole months to prepare for this moment. Now, let's take a look at some of the comments because holy shit, she got raped. I went to journalism school for 2 years and interned unpaid for another 1.5 years after that. Never got hired on and had to switch careers. Thank you for this info. People were like, as a youth football coaching legend, I can tell you that an hour in the weight room is more valuable than a lifetime in the classroom. Some of us actually try to be at the point you're literally belittling the efforts we put into 4 years of college. One dude was like, basically just said, fuck this bitch. Cody said, how does an influencer have zero self-awareness? Stealing jobs from the more deserving, very classy. Everyone on here is bitching. Life isn't fair. This week, Cabane Lame 21 surpassed Addison Rae to become the second most followed TikToker in the world. Okay. Here you go. Victor, this is disrespectful to all the people who go to college and work their asses off for jobs like this and sometimes don't even get them. But because Addison has clout, she gets them over qualified journalists. So, she bragged, I'm in the UFC, bitches. Y'all can all suck it. I did 3 months of journalism. I'm a TikToker. Which I ain't hating. I mean, I wish I had that many TikTok followers. But the whirlwind, this is how it ended. So she did the I love y'all. Right? She did. Hold on. I'm pulling this up for you. So she did the I love y'all, and then this happened. Afterwards, she tweets out, never mind, y'all got me fired. So after she goes on and brags about getting the gig with the UFC and the backlash on the internet on Twitter because she's like, ha ha, I'm getting to do journalism shit. They fired her. They let her go. They cut her ass loose. They just said, get the fuck out of here. You be going on here and telling people you're not qualified to do the fucking job we're letting you do. Hello? Let me explain something. If you aren't qualified to do the job, just do the fucking job. Don't tell people you're not qualified. Just go do the job. And if you do it well enough, they won't be none the wiser. But for you to try to pretend and talk shit to people that have been grinding it out. I know people that have been covering the UFC for fucking a decade that would love to have the gig that she got. That's exactly right, Matt Poche. That is exactly right. Fake it till you make it. That's how I've gotten most of this shit in my life. Most of the shit in my life, I have faked it until I've made it. Comedy, radio, TV, project management, IT. I mean, I told you guys about the story. I made up a fucking resume to get a job in IT. And then I went in there and I wasn't like, I got the job. I don't know shit about IT. What? I'm fired? Yeah, you stupid fuck. Unbelievable. Total Dallas said, a random coworker said, are you listening to 97.5? I said, no, just loud ass Barry Laminack. And he had to tell the whole story. He was a suspect listener, apparently. Nice. Well, tell him why they ain't fucking listening on the YouTubes. The fuck? I know that raggedy bitch has an internet connection. That's exactly what it is, Shelby. When you lie on your resume, and you know what? If you get the job, if you lie on your resume and you get the job, don't fucking tell people you lied on your resume once you have the job. They're going to fire you. I'm here for it, though. I don't give a fuck. You want me to feel sorry for her? I don't feel sorry for her. She got what she was supposed to get. The fucking Barstool said she was the most hated commentator ever. I didn't watch a single moment of her commentary, but I can't imagine it was good. There's no way she knew shit about the UFC to begin with. She's probably like, I'm here with Dustin Poirier, and I was wondering, when you punched him, did it hurt? I didn't need that shit. I didn't need to see that shit. Amos said, I did a job for 10 years that you needed a 4-year degree for. I didn't say shit, just came to work and busted them nerds' asses. Yes, thank you, Amos. Thank you. And Carter said, we had an HR person fired for that. Let that sink in. Yeah. So she was given an opportunity without qualification and failed. This is why you give it to the best qualified. Damn. I have a feeling we're going to lose power, folks. It's a good point, Flip. It's a good point. But the most qualified isn't always going to get the job. I mean, I've gotten jobs where I wasn't the most qualified. I just faked it better. And then when I did get the job, I proved that it was the right decision. But I wasn't the most qualified at the time. For example, let's rewind it and use it, something that most of you that are here might know about. By the way, if you are new here, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. That always helps with the algorithm. I don't know how or why, but it's what they tell me. So we got 50 people watching. Those of you that haven't given the video a thumbs up yet, please do. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that as well. It's totally free. Doesn't cost you a thing. Helps Daddy out on my quest to 4,000 subscribers this year. That's the goal. I want to get to 4,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So help me out. Now, when I got the job in radio at ESPN Radio, I was in a contest called Rock the Mic, and the contest came down to me and another fella. And everybody on the panel had agreed that the other fella was better. Everybody on the panel thought the other fella was better. They were like, oh, his takes were better. So they were going to pick him. It was coming down to the last segment, the last thing. And then there was a guy there. You guys might have known him from the Sunday shows as Arian's Fetus. And he was taking pictures. And I was on the mic talking to Fred and AJ and Dave Tepper at the time. And unbeknownst to me, the photographer guy had gotten my opponent to stand behind me and make a bunch of funny faces like he was going to beat me up. Like he's behind me going, like doing all this shit behind my back. I don't know that's happening. I'm just talking to them while this dude's behind me like, fuck this guy. Bleh, this guy sucks. Bleh, bleh. I don't know that's happening. Yeah, Neil. That is correct, Neil. So then I get off, I take the headphones off, and this my opponent's turn to do his last thing before they make the pick. So he's sitting there and Neil's like, do a bunch of shit behind his back. And I was like, nah, I don't do that. And he comes over, he goes, man, I'm taking pictures, just like give him the finger and do all this. And I was like, that's not my style, man. I'm just going to stand here. He's like, oh, come on, man. He did it. I was like, well, that's cool, but I'm not doing that. I'm just going to just let him do his thing. So Neil's like, all right, cool. So he just takes some pictures and then they do the whole contest. And the way they do it is we're both wearing headphones and a microphone. And then they say, all right, we're going to count to 3. And both of you are going to say, my name is whatever, Barry. And I won Rock the Mic. You're only going to hear one of you. So one of your mics is going to be off. The winner will be the one that we hear. We get to it. I say, my name is Barry Laminack and I'm your Rock the Mic winner. And we hear it. And I'm excited. It all happened quickly. It was dope. It was cool. I didn't know how it would change my life, but it did. But I had never done radio. And obviously this guy was better at it than me. But what they said was the reason that the guy lost was because of what he did behind my back. The integrity of what he did had nothing to do with skill set. Dave Tepper specifically told the dude on air, the reason I didn't pick you, and I had the deciding vote, the reason I didn't pick you was because what you did behind Barry's back while he was on the show was classless. And then Barry didn't do that to you. So I got the job. Now, I don't know what that guy's career would have been like, but 7+ years later, I was still on ESPN radio, had worked my way to a midday show that was doing better ratings than any drive time show in the city most months when it was canceled. So was I the most qualified? No. Was I the right person for the job? Probably not. But then I got it and faked it till I made it. So I tell you all that to say, look, it's not that I don't think people shouldn't be given an opportunity. I've certainly benefited from that when I wasn't the best choice for the job. But when I was given the job and people knew I wasn't the best choice for the job, I did the best I could and I was honest about where I was at, but I wasn't throwing it in people's faces. And that's the difference. If you do something like that, fuck you. You deserve to get fired. You arrogant asshole. So I don't feel sorry for her. And I'm going to tell you right now, she don't feel bad. She's got fucking almost 5 million Twitter followers. I don't know how many she's got on her TikToks. I don't even know what her TikTok is. What does she do on TikTok? If she's probably does some fucking infuriating shit. I want to see what the UFC said. So here's an article by BuzzFeed. Oh, this is where she's learning UFC. Oh, here's some of the other shit that people said. Just so you have some more. So this was her doing UFC. I'm UFC. Look at me. I'm UFC. That's not UFC. So here it is. Victor, the one that says this is disrespectful. Brian said it was an obnoxious and tone-deaf slap in the face of the people who actually studied for and are trying to make it in this profession. I went to journalism school for 2 years, interned for 1 unpaid. Some people work really hard for their jobs and she gets it because she's famous. This is unfair. The audacity. So people weren't happy. And then she got fired. And I don't really see a quote as to why. Oh, look, a representative for ESPN told Insider in a statement, Addison did some interviews with us for UFC 264. However, she is not a full-time employee with the UFC. Okay, well, justice was served, folks. That's the name of the game. Fox will hire her. Probably. She probably does dumb dances. You want to see what she does on TikTok? Let's go look. Let's go see. TikTok.com. I swear if it's naked dancing. Addison Rae, how'd you know? Here we go. This is what she does. Puts on makeup, does dances. You nailed it. I'm sure she does funny skits. I do skits. I do funny skits on TikTok. God damn it. 81. Oh my God, see out. We can add my TikTok career to the things that have died recently. I'll never have 81 million followers on TikTok. Fuck that trick. All right, listen. I'm not jealous. God damn it. 82. That's unbelievable, man. She has 5 billion likes. Jesus Christ. I got the wrong kind of titties. That's for sure. I'll tell you that much. I got the wrong tit. Justin said, I bet 20% are bots. This shit don't matter. I don't give a fuck. Better start doing some makeup videos. Steven, am I going to lose power? How bad is it? Is it going to be bad over here? Add your power to the rest in peace list. Oh, fuck! miss my power so much. It was so nice to have lights, to be able to see. It would be great if the power just cut out right there. Be like, to be able to see. Yeah, we're probably going to lose power. If we lose power, it's because there's a goddamn storm over here, people. So, you know, tis what 'tis. What can you do about it? I'll tell you what I can do about it right now, though. I can tell you guys, if you are looking for some custom crafts, some novelty items, those light up bottles that you see there, maybe the light up bottles that you see behind me, these three right here in this general area, all three of those made by Kathy Denson. You see it on your screen. 409-466-9124 is her number. You want some of those light up bottles? I showed you the championship bottle that she made for the weight loss challenge. She can take, maybe you've got a bottle of alcohol that you want to turn into one of those light up bottles for your bar. Maybe you want to give it as a gift. Maybe you got like a Jack Daniels fan or a Patron tequila fan in your life that's one you need a new gift for. Check it out. She does the bottles. She does the custom t-shirts that you see on your screen as well. She does the letterbox stuff that you see, shadow boxes. All of that and a lot more. Give her a call. If you've got a project or something you've been thinking about, but you don't have the skills necessary or the time to get it done, call Kathy and she's going to do it for you. There's no minimum order. If you just need one shirt or two shirts, and there's no job that's too big. If you need 40 or 50 shirts, she can do that too. Give her a call. She's a deckhead. She's been a deckhead since day one. She's been here. Give her a call. 409-466-9124. She can send you a catalog via email. Just email her kathyden2011@yahoo.com. That's her email. She's also on Facebook, but there's literally nothing she can't do, from pre-made items to custom designs to fit your individual needs, whatever it is. She'll even help you find the design you're looking for. If you just have an idea, but you don't really have a design in mind yet, she's going to get that perfect gift for you, your loved one, maybe mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, whatever it is. She's got it, folks, and she's a deckhead. Give her a call, 409-466-9124. Call her, please. I'm not dancing. I mean, I guess I could. Bend down
the goddamn corner doing dope. Bend down the goddamn corner doing dope. Bend down the goddamn corner doing dope. Corner doing dope. They are to be ashamed. Bend down the goddamn corner down.
I don't think that's going to get it. I think we just lost people. I think the number just went down. That's so sad. I'm not playing it. It ain't Friday, you raggedy bitches. Donna, you like that? Huh? Oh, you like that? You like. Very nice. Let's talk Stephen A. Smith for a minute. We know that Addison Rae, is that her name? Was that her name? Yeah, Addison Rae got canceled. Stephen A. might be on the list, folks. Stephen A. done fucked up. Hold on one second. God damn it. I'm going to talk about this whiskey tasting too, so I got to find the pictures from that. This is what Stephen A. Smith said. So he was talking about Shohei Ohtani being the new face of baseball, which, based on the season that he's having, a lot of people were like, oh, it's Fernando Tatis Jr. for sure. He's the face of baseball. And he was, until Shohei Ohtani has had the first half of a season that he's had. He is by fault the new face of baseball. Has to be. Thank you, Terrence. I was doing my work. She said, Lord. So Stephen A. Smith was talking about the fact that he's the face of baseball, and this is what he said. Tell me, I don't want to prejudice your thoughts on this, but I just want you to listen to this and tell me. I mean, it's trending on Twitter, so you may have seen it, but Stephen A. might be in trouble for this. Take a listen.
But when you talk about an audience gravitating to the tube or to the ballpark to actually watch you, okay, I don't think it helps that the number one face is a dude that needs an interpreter so you can understand what the hell he's saying in this country. And that's what I'm trying to say. You know, but when you talk about
take a listen.
Audience gravitating to the tube or to the ballpark to actually watch you, okay, I don't think it helps that the number one face is a dude that needs an interpreter so you can understand what the hell he's saying in this country. And that's what I'm trying.
And Max, poor Max, it kind of got lost, but you can hear him say speaking English would be very helpful. I don't think Stephen A is going to get canceled. I do think that it was a pretty insensitive remark, but I don't think that that's a cancel-worthy statement. I think he was trying to make a point that maybe people in this country, you know, okay, let's just start with this. What was his response? White Magic said he released it. Can you send me a link, White Magic? Because me trying to search for it in the middle of a show is a little more difficult to find the exact one. I'll try, but was it on his Twitter, you said? Okay. Here's the thing. And I think what Stephen A. Smith, I found it. I think what he's implying is, one, baseball is usually, it's an older person's sport. Yeah, and that's what I really wanted to say. And that is true, Amos. It's an older white dude sport. I think if we're being honest, a lot of older white dudes watch baseball. So maybe that was his thought. Maybe it needs to get younger. I don't think younger white dudes care that there's an interpreter. I've never once been like, I ain't watching this shit because I got to let this dude interpret. Do you know how much that happens in the UFC? Literally like every other goddamn fight. It's just, it's a big world out there. And you're going to have people that don't speak English. Who gives a fuck? It's never going to make me not want to watch a sport, but I think what Stephen A. might have been trying to say was that, white people don't want to see that. Is that cancelable? No. Is it okay? No. Now, I saw the word prejudice used. I don't know that it's prejudiced. It's ignorance for sure. It's ignorance. And Max trying to say, if he spoke English, that would help. I think 30 years ago, 20 years ago, a statement like that, you're like, okay, that makes sense. Not today, though. Not today. Because at the end of the day, I mean, how many Latino players have had a translator and then slowly learned how to speak English so that they didn't need one? But for a while they didn't have one, or they didn't speak English because they didn't feel comfortable. They thought that maybe they would sound bad. Yeah, and that's a good way to put it, Terrence. Insensitive and ignorant. Racist, prejudiced, and there's a very big distinction, by the way, between racist and prejudiced. I hope you guys know that as well. But insensitive and ignorant is the exact... Oh, I almost banned you, Terrence. My bad. Clicked the wrong button. That's a great way to put it. It was insensitive and it was ignorant. Should he be canceled? No. Should he apologize? Absolutely. Now, apparently, he has issued an apology, and I think I found it. So let's mosey on over here. And let's see what he said. Now, I haven't seen this yet. You're going to get my live reaction. Maybe you guys have seen this already. I have not. Let's see what Stephen A. Smith said about his remarks about an interpreter for Shohei Ohtani.
My segment on Ohtani this morning on First Take. People are misinterpreting what I'm saying. I'm not talking about the state of the game. Baseball itself. Baseball's a great game, a great sport. And some of the greatest players in the world are foreign players. Tatis comes to my mind. I love this brother and what he brings to the table. And Ohtani is the second coming of Babe Ruth, okay? That's not what I was trying to say. I'm talking about the marketability and the promotion of the sport is exactly what Sports Illustrated essentially alluded to in their article last month when they talked about 28% of the players in Major League Baseball are foreign players. A lot of them need translators. You know, Spanish, it could be Mandarin, Japanese, the list goes on and on and on. If you are a sport trying to ingratiate yourself with the American public the way Major League Baseball is, because of the problems that you've been having to deal with in terms of improving the attractiveness of the sport, It helps that if you spoke the English language. It doesn't mean anything more than that. Baseball is a great game, but baseball's audience is significantly older than the NBA, the NFL audience, etc., etc. That's what I was talking about. Nothing more. We're only talking about Ohtani because he's phenomenal and he's going to be in the home run derby and he's got 33 home runs with a 279 batting average, plus he can pitch and he's the second coming of Babe Ruth, practically. We know it's an international sport. We know that that's great. And baseball having a global appeal.
The way he says baseball's killing.
Fine. But in the United States, all I was saying is that when you're a superstar, if you can speak the English language, then guess what? That's going to make it that much easier and less challenging to promote the sport. That's all I was saying about anybody.
It's so fucking stupid. Oh my God. And I love it. Yeah, Shelby, dig that hole a little bit deeper. There was one point where it was like, all I'm saying is, in baseball, all I'm saying is, speak English or go the fuck home. I mean, that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. Hey, come over here, speaking your language. You come to America, you speak American. That's not a language. Yeah, it is. I speak American. We all speak American. It's not a language. Bullshit. Tell me why you can understand me, because you speak American too. When did Stephen A. Smith turn into a fucking redneck from Alabama? Don't be coming over here Japanesing up our baseball. Taiwanesing up our baseball with your home language. As soon as you step foot in this country, by God, you better be speaking American. Or we don't like you and we don't want to hear it. I mean, that's what the fuck he's basically saying. It's the stupidest fucking argument. Again, folks, this isn't a cancelable offense by Stephen A. Smith. Let's just be, is it fucking ignorance at its finest? Yes. He would be crucifying old white people for saying the same shit that he is saying. And just because you say it, Stephen A., doesn't make it right. It's just fucking stupid. Hey! Wait, listen. You don't come down here speaking Canadian. You speak American. Dallas said that arsehole lost me with the over-the-top cowboy slander. Oh. Francisco said if Stephen A. Smith was white and said this, would he get canceled? No, but I think it would have probably been a bigger deal. But if he had to make this video, it got to be a big deal. I think it would have been a bigger offense if a white dude would have said it. Absolutely. But ignorance is ignorance. And I hope he's getting drugged for it. I hope he's getting drugged for it. And because he deserves to get drugged for it. It's ignorance. That's what it is. So, I mean, he'll fade it though. Stephen A. Smith, man, he's like the Teflon Don. He just says the most outlandish shit. Yeah. Chris Davis said all day on his ass. Well, good. They need to be. You can't just say ignorant shit like that. I don't care what your race is, what your ethnicity is, or what your job is. If you say something ignorant like that, here's the best thing Stephen A. Smith could have done. Not this mealy-mouthed bullshit that he rambled on for 2 minutes. All I'm saying, you see how he tried to throw Sports Illustrated on the bed? Sports Illustrated wrote about it. They were saying what I was saying. Basically what he told you in that moment is he read the article and stole their take. That's what he's saying there. Okay. But then when he goes back, all I'm saying is, if you want to ingratiate yourself to old white people, you got to speak English. I don't even go into the fact that he was doing the UFC. But that joker knows nothing about the UFC. Him doing UFC postgame would be like me doing a fucking soccer postgame. Well, they were out there and they were kicking the ball around. See, and when they were doing the kicking, they were kicking and the ball was moving. And it was sure good to see the ball moving. I think if England would have done more ball movement and more kicking, then they probably would have won the game, see? But they didn't. So there you go. Congratulations, Italy. They won it on extra kicks. Clown shit, man. Teflon Don of the media. Oh, I think he would. He said, Clarence said, I wonder if he says that. I wonder if he says this is Ohtani, if Ohtani was a Yankee. Yeah, I think so. I think he still says his ignorant shit. Absolutely. So that's that I get a tear in my eye when I see someone litter. What? That wasn't nice. All right. Please don't get racist in the chat. The Truman Laminack and the Lexi Lawless postgame show. Brought to you by Snackums. I don't know. Y'all would lose your fucking mind if I did a postgame show for what's it called? Soccer. All right, let's move on. I got other shit to talk about. Damn, we only have 5 minutes left in the show. Shit, this flew by. My goodness, I didn't even get to this Kansas story yet, which we will get to. But I got to tell you first and foremost about the AP Law Group. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, listen to me and listen good. If you have been hit by an 18-wheeler, injured in a car accident, and it was not your fault, maybe you've had a loved one die due to another's negligence, I need you to stop what you're doing and call Gilbert and Arsha over at the AP Law Group. These are two local Houston guys, both born and raised here in Houston. Both of them went to law school at U of H. The AP Law Group delivers big firm results while giving you this personalized attention of a small firm. Call them right now. And anytime you call them at 713-913-GO-AP, you're going to speak to an actual attorney, not an assistant. 713-913-GO-AP is the number. The reason they started the AP Law Group, Gilbert used to work for an insurance company. He got sick and tired of seeing injured people get bullied by the insurance companies. He said, no more, fam. I'm here to rescue you, Houston. And he and Arsha started the AP Law Group. And if you've been injured, do yourself a favor and give them a call ASAP right now. 713-913-GO-AP, 713-913-4627, or log on to aplawgroup.com. Even if you're not sure if you have a case, even if you're like, I don't know, man, which I know a couple of deckheads have reached out to me and I said, listen, they may or may not, tell you what you want to hear, but they're going to tell you the truth, and they're going to let you know if you have a case or not. So call them for a free evaluation to determine if you're eligible for a settlement. 713-913-GO-AP. And by the way, you can get paid in Bitcoin. That's dope. 713-913-GO-AP. It is the AP Law Group. Big firm results, small firm attention. All right. Last thing I wanted to discuss. Let's see. Todd should call the AP Law Firm. Yeah. He really should. I miss Todd. Holy shit, the rain just started at the office. Cool, thanks for the update. Clarence said nationally, Walt, no. Locally, yes. See Altuve in that HB commercial. So good. What did Walt say? Walt said, I don't feel like there's talented athletes that don't get marketing deals in America because they don't speak English. I agree. Oh, you do feel like there's talented athletes that don't get marketing deals in America because they don't speak English. You do. I disagree. I mean, Yao Ming had one. Clarence brought up Jose Altuve. He does Chevy dealership commercials, and he doesn't speak English, or he doesn't speak good English. I mean, he speaks English, but it's not polished. It's not American. I mean, Yao had a deal where all he said was, can I write a check? Remember that? Can I write a check? That was it. And that didn't stop him. I think if you are marketable, marketing people's jobs is to find out how to market you. Shohei Ohtani is the most marketable baseball player on the planet right now. If Gatorade and Under Armour and Louisville Slugger and Rawlings and whoever else wanted to make him or use him to market their products, they will figure it out. Now, let's have a conversation about whether or not they think that would be possible, whether or not they think that the American people would buy into a star like Shohei Ohtani marketing to them. Does that speak volumes about them as a marketing firm or him as a player, or does it speak to the issues that Americans get hung up on? I don't know. But I'm just saying, if we're not seeing Shohei Ohtani, I mean, look, and let's not jump to conclusions either. Let's be real. And I went on a rant about this a while back involving the Angels. I told you guys the Angels were the absolute worst franchise in baseball because they have wasted the careers of Mike Trout, and now they're wasting Shohei Ohtani. They're floundering, no pun intended, at the bottom of the barrel. They're just terrible. And I don't know why I said no pun intended, by the way. That was fucking weird. They're bad. They're wasting this dude's year by not being in the playoffs, not even being close because they couldn't put together a good enough team to support Trout and Shohei Ohtani. And the Angels and baseball haven't done a good job of marketing Mike Trout. You think they're going to do a good job of marketing Shohei Ohtani? No. So while some narrow-minded marketing folks and narrow-minded companies might say, well, we don't think Shohei Ohtani is going to sell a lot of Gatorade being Asian and being the face of baseball. We just don't think that's going to be the case. Hold on, I'm trying to find something here. How old is he? Hold on. So he's 27 years old. So he's not an old guy by any stretch, right? So it's not like you're trying to get Nolan Ryan to sell, Gatorade and Under Armour shoes. I'm 60 years old. Buy these shoes. Oceans. What? He's 27 years old. He should be the most marketable baseball player on the planet. Now, the real discussion is, who are we blaming if he's not? Are we blaming the marketing execs? Are we blaming baseball? Are we blaming the Angels? Or are we blaming the American public for not being willing or able to accept the fact that regardless of where he's from, regardless of the fact that he's Japanese or what he looks like or the language that he speaks, this is such a unique and wonderful thing for the sport. And if you love the sport, you should be open to this. But that shows maybe our ignorance as a whole, as a country, if we're not willing to accept this as a marketing opportunity for a guy like that. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if a guy like Ken Griffey Jr. could have been top 10 in ERA and top 5 in home runs, they would have marketed the shit out of him. And I think American people would have been more accepting of it. If Mike Trout maybe was also as good at pitching as Shohei Ohtani is, maybe he would be more accepted. I don't know. It's just somebody's fucking this up. And I think that what Stephen A. Smith is trying to say is that. Instead, he's bringing in interpreters when I think what you need to say is, this guy is the most marketable face of baseball right now. It shouldn't matter the language that he speaks or where he's from. That should not matter. But I think he said it wrong, which is why I say, don't cancel Stephen A. The way he said it was ignorant. The point he's making in the way he should have said it is, I blame America. I blame Americans if that's the case. If they're turned off because of an interpreter, it's stupid. It's stupid because what this guy is doing is ridiculously good. It's amazing. You shouldn't let something like that turn you off. But he didn't say it. He said it in a roundabout way that made him sound ignorant. So, Virginia Buttonwing said Ichiro was marketable and did well, not on Americans. Yeah, but what Ichiro did, what this guy's doing is at a whole other level. Whole other level. Katie said Ohtani is more marketable than Trout. Trout chose not to be marketable at the same time. Yeah. I'm just saying this. Yeah, sorry, Fidel. Very sports heavy. Well, busy weekend of sports. Again, if the powers that be want to market him, it's not going to matter that he doesn't speak English. He will be marketed. Yao was marketed. David Ortiz didn't speak a lot of English. Jose Altuve. We've given you some examples of baseball players and basketball players It's not necessarily a requirement that you speak English. And if you have a translator, I don't think that many people give a shit. But I think you also have to think, if you think that's a barrier, then figure that out. I don't know. Also, Stephen A. Smith could have taken an entirely different approach in the way he said it. And his apology was shitty too. His apology was absolutely shitty. White Magic said, I don't understand how you're not mad about this, but was mad about Rachel Nichols. Don't start with me. Ray said Japan owns him. That could be true. I don't know. Ohtani's loved everywhere he goes. Them people came out of the Astros game just to watch him. Them people? Really? Clarence? Them people? Huh? Aaron said, no human baseball fan cannot be a fan of a dude who is a great hitter and a good pitcher. I would agree. I don't give a shit that he has a translator. Market this dude. And besides, if you think that is an issue, Stephen A. or whoever else, well, then target his marketing at a younger generation of baseball fan. Fuck them old people that you think might be getting hung up on a translator if that's the case. Pick a younger market. I don't know, but this dude is fucking ridiculous. Through July 7th, 2021, he's got a 3.89 ERA. He's 8-4, batting .271 for his career. His career 3.89 ERA. That's just ridiculous. Jesus, unbelievable. All right, we're getting out of here. It's 4:01. I started late. I'm ending late. Whatevs. Hey, thanks for sticking around, you guys. Impressed. Busy sports day, busy sports weekend. We had much to discuss, and I didn't even get to the Kansas University story. We'll carry that over to tomorrow. As always, Barry on Deck, brought to you by the AP Law Group. If you have been injured in an accident, please call them. Do yourself a favor. Call my guy Gilbert over there, 713-913-GO-AP. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Fidel and Flip and everybody else. Yes, Mr. Reyes, we are headed to the Discord. Folks, thank you, Joel. Until tomorrow. Love you, buddy. Love you, Walt. Until tomorrow, when I shall see you again, do me 3 favors. They're right there. Don't be a raggedy bitch. Read the sign. 3 favors. Be safe. Be kind. I don't know why I'm using numbers like that with my fingers. And most importantly, love each other. See you guys tomorrow. And he's making a YouTube video!